What's up everyone, it's Robert with Recipe Costing. In this video, it's all about Kounta POS. We are going to show you how to integrate Kounta POS with Recipe Costing. And we're going to answer some of the questions that you might be thinking about. You're making sales every day, but do you know if you're profitable for every item that you sell? So for each item that's being sold, you know the price, but do you know the cost? Are you managing inventory? Are you managing the finished goods? Are the finished goods properly being replaced in your inventory after pulling existing inventory? These are just some of the questions that you need to answer while running your operations. And we're going to try to answer those questions through software. So every time you ring up an item, the software should know what that item is and it should reduce the inventory accordingly. So let's take a look very quickly at our inventory before we begin. Let's get started by looking at our dashboard. You can see from our dashboard that we're syncing data within a date range of 30 days. We have a total sales count of 26, total sales of 982.25, average sale of 37.78, and our top selling item are vanilla cupcakes. As we scroll down, you'll see a graphical interpretation of your sales. And if you scroll further down, you'll see your product mix. This is important, and this is where it really starts to make sense to integrate Kounta with Recipe Costing. As items are sold, you know the price, but do you know the cost? And entering your cost into our software and syncing will give you this nice product mix where you can take a look at your top selling items, as well as the quantity sold, the price, the cost, your margins, your gross sales, your gross profit, more importantly, your food cost. Based on this information, you can start making changes. If you see you have high food costs, then you need to drill down into that item, take a look at it, and see where you can improve it. If you see your margins are extremely low on an item and you have one that's a lot larger, then those items are probably the ones you want to sell more. And these are the kind of questions we're going to answer as we start using the software. Now, before we begin, I want to show you a couple of things. The first thing is, how do you integrate Kounta with Recipe Costing? We made it really easy. The first thing that you want to do is click on the Kounta POS icon. This will ask you to authorize your application. This is the only way to connect the two softwares. Once you click on the authorization, you'll get the authorization required screen. You'll select your company. If you have a different company, select them from the drop-down list. We only have one. We're going to grant access. Once you grant access for the first time, you'll see a different screen, which will sync all of your items. So you'll just hit the sync button. After you do your initial sync, you'll get this screen. This screen has options to sync. So you don't have to sync company data, location, or menu items if that's something that doesn't change frequently. If you have orders, which is something that does change frequently, you want to make sure you select that every time you sync. Notice that you can sync for all your locations or the actual individual location. Now let's switch over to Kounta. I'm going to click 2 vanilla cupcakes. I will check out, hit the value. That's done. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to go right into Recipe Costing and I'm going to sync orders. I'll get a message, Kounta sync was successful. We'll click OK. Let's go back to inventory and we're going to refresh our inventory. So I'm going to click the add inventory again. This will refresh the screen and scroll down and we're going to go back to vanilla cupcakes. Notice that we sold 2 of the 3 cupcakes. Now earlier today, I also made some sales. So I want to go over and show you the transactions tab. So I'll go to transactions, daily sales, and I'm going to click on the 21st. Now you'll notice there are prior items that were sold here. So actually earlier today, I sold 5 cupcakes and I just sold 2 more, which is 7. Our software allows you to sync multiple times. So you can sync in the morning, the afternoon, and maybe the evening, or you can wait to the very end and do the sync. And at midnight, we'll do the sync for you if you forget to do it so that when you come in, you get to see the sale. If you go back to your dashboard and you put in today's date and we click search, you'll notice we have the same exact numbers that we had earlier under transactions and under Kounta. So you'll be able to see your sales count, your total sales, average sales, and your top selling item. And again, scrolling down for that day, we only sold cupcakes. It'll show you a nice product mix breakdown. If you like what you see and you're interested, I encourage you to set up a demo. More importantly, take our 30-day trial, start syncing your software so you can start keeping track of your sales and begin syncing your costs with your prices so you know confidently that every menu item you're selling is profitable. Thanks for watching.